Guys, it's MJ. It's MJ from I UNPLUG. Yeah, I just did it. I did one of those things where you kind of just ever so slightly annoy yourself when you're talking. So I just went live on Instagram and I wanted to do a quick share here. Basically, I'm still deep in the creative process, my friends. I am really right at the end. I've just sent the written material off to our editing machine, Frances Sullivan, who's also my mom, in case you didn't know that it's my mom who's also a writer herself, and she's the formal editor for All to Love, which is cool. It's all divinely guided, you guys, straight up. So there, the written material sent off. And then I filmed the final tutorial yesterday, which is not as much a tutorial as it's a DIY skin scrub, which then I also proceeded to scrub my skin with Epsom salts and sweet almond oil and rose essential oil, which was divine yesterday. I really did need that. And so yeah, I've got 4, possibly 5, I'm gonna feel it out, videos to finish editing for All to Vegan Love. The upload will be happening at some point today, and then we're gonna launch. So if you haven't subscribed to All to Love, head over to alltolove.com and subscribe so that you get the kind of regular updates, which is usually no more than 3 shoutouts or 3 newsletters a month. Complete new paradigm biz here. So if you're not sure what that means, message me, I'll let you know. So yes, I'm getting ready to launch, and it's this weird, like, there's part of me that wants to cry, part of me wants to sleep, and there's a part of me that's just in this total, like, what is life? What have I become? What is happening? But not really, like, really life is, it's all right. It's all right. I just, have taken some leaps, and now here we are, and we're publishing these digital courses which are helping people change their lives in very practical and loving ways. That's the thing about all this stuff. It's like kind of simple, but it's hella head messy. It's like it fucks with your head, right? And so, hey, love and grace, how are you? It sort of fucks with your head. So I think sometimes we need one another. We need a little bit of support, people, human contact to be like, don't worry, you're not crazy for having some pretty out there thoughts. In fact, this is probably the best thing for us, to break out of their chains, to break out of those confines, right? So I definitely feel that. And so as I go into completing the All to Vegan Love, I gotta say I'm gonna take some downtime, and it's funny that you're here today, Autumn, but I'm gonna put it out there. It might not fully happen, as in I'll probably have the urge and desire to still go live on YouTube, but otherwise have the phone away, have time off, have not be checking. Like, the one thing that really gets me about the unplug, and again, this is part leading in, is launching Vegan Love and then going into the unplug program, where, well, and actually you could like share a little bit about experience, but like it's more to do with like the checking and the kind of being on it all the time. So Unplug for Freedom, the retreat that's happening in the Alps, which we just got another booking for, that's all about like putting our phones away for days at a time, and like just, yeah, not having them there to constantly like be checking and be busying ourselves, and like to drop into this kind of quietude, but also like kind of playfulness and like human connection, which I think a lot of us sometimes feel less connected than ever. Like, even though we have everything at our fingertips, we don't necessarily feel, plus like the human, in my intuitive feeling anyway, like the masses are still wildly disconnected from the source, from the heart, right? So it's like there's still this mass hive mind, and like increasingly with all the 5G or the like radiation and chemtrail, it's like the hive mind is just more like, even more like just like frazzled kind of thing. So I have mad respect for all y'all for unplugging, and also just for those right living in it, and like when you're aware of it. So mad props to you guys, because in a sense, if you res here and you're in a hive area, like the way I see it, you're like a beacon, you're a lighthouse, you're somebody who's really like, you're pretty powerful being because you can handle the hive and also continue to maintain your frequency and radiate it. So that's kind of powerful stuff, actually. So massive love for you guys. I think that's it. Was that it? So yeah, I'm launching Vegan Love. It will be complete by next hi Matthew, how are you? It will be complete by like by tomorrow or today. So basically it's like it's gonna get done, and then I'm gonna send the, I know, right? And this, thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna send the actual like material and do a bit of admin. And then anyway, like, can you tell that I'm so ready to like launch this? I'm good, Matthew. I basically just wanted to go live to be like, so I'm just gonna crack on with Vegan Love. I sent the edit. I'm like, I'm getting so close to completion. And when you, and again, this is why I relate this stuff. Like if you guys kind of know what that's like when you're working on a project, and then like the energy kind of ramps and ramps and ramps, and then you complete it and it kind of closes down. And I swear, and this is where it's my birthday Friday, by the way. What? I have like a busy day, but like it's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm stoked about it. Weirdly, as a child, most of my like early-ish life, I never liked my birthdays. I was always just like, because I think it's because it was, even from a really young age, I was aware of that anticlimactic social thing of like birthdays, Christmas, da 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 da, and like, but life had already like smacked me across the face a few times, so I was like, fuck that shit. And then I always had this big like moody bitch on my birthday because I don't know, nobody could make it fun enough for me, I guess. Hi Mike, how are you? But now at this prime age, I'm like, yay, it's my birthday, fantastic. So that's happening, and it's lined up kind of cool, hasn't it? I'm launching the 3rd of 4, so I've definitely got over the hump of these Be the Change courses. Unplug, I'm gonna really enjoy, mainly because it is the final one, but also because it's I guess I've actually loved creating all of these courses. I'm incredibly passionate about all the topics that they represent, and I'm pretty chuffed and proud about how practical they are. Like, a lot of the woo-woo stuff is one thing, but like these courses each week just offer people like easy changes, and then also like being a part of like this community, you know, not feeling ostracized or excluded, regardless of if you eat meat or, you know, do any number of things. But the empath, it's more about this rising sensitivity, isn't it? So yeah, good morning, you guys. There's me. I'm going to be launching really soon. Like, basically within the 24 hours, I'll be pressing buttons that are going publish, live, and then finally I'll be sending out the like, it's finished, and then pre-orders can get so all the pre-orders, you'll be getting your Vegan Love course by Friday before midday, because I have a coaching call that day. So and then a birthday lunch with one of my oldest Devon friends and my photographer. So I feel like that's it. Sometimes I'm not sure. Oh, thanks, guys. You keep rocking it, because I feel like you guys rock it as well. And I like majorly, I so remember my Sky when you appeared in my world. I was in Bali, I believe, and you found one of my shares about like the glitching in the matrix that I was experiencing out there. And you said something about like, this is just so resonant, and I could like feel the resonation across the niche vibrashe. I'm such a dork. Such a dork. James Smith. Hey, thanks. I'm excited. I think you're talking about the course, but I don't know, or maybe it's my birthday. Whoa, exciting times. But I know, right? Especially like, because there's like the one course it was how confirmational it was. Yeah, exactly. Like, basically we just reflect each other. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, like, having lights set up for live shares and or just like video has been revolutionary. Because basically when you have bright light shining on your face, this is what all the beauty guru people do. And like, it works a treat. It's basically like having a filter. because having the shiny bright lights makes your skin looks like, bah! And like, and then I put makeup on and stuff as well. So I do like, I feel like embarrassed saying this, but I like do try to look pretty for you guys. I I think because like during some of my lowest depressive phases, or like when I was being like ostracized by groups for like, I don't know, not wearing the right clothes or whatever, I like I was never sure. I'm like, do I like, is it wrong to be attractive, or should I like, and so like I had phases where I just wear grunge and like never wear makeup and never fucking brush my hair, like, and then I remember the opposite of that, of people like employers being like, Molly, your hair's quite nice, but do you think you could brush it? Do you think you could brush it? I was like, okay. And like knowing that that was the manager coming to me to say that, and so clearly customers had like complained about the housekeeper's dirty hair. I'm like, because I don't wash it. Because I don't care about life. Because fuck all of you in the dirty, ugly system. Yeah, I was an angry, angry woman. But I drank a lot and partied a lot as well. How did I get talking about this? You guys see what I mean? My little quick 2-minute live share has turned into, I think you should do dance intros for us. Funny you should say that, Mike, because about a week ago, I started to feel more substantially like an energetic lift out of like sort of depression these last like 3 months, so January, February, March. Since getting back from Bali, finishing Spirituality Simplified, it's sort of just been like a boom. And like I've just miraculously, I've had literally divine people show up in my world to like, come on, Molly, come on, you've got more work to do. Here, like literally people helping physically, financially, emotionally, to be like, keep going. I'm like, I know, I keep going. So then here we are. I'm like, oh my shazbots. I'm like, I have no idea how it did it, but we did it. We're nearly done. We're nearly done the course. And this is so exciting, by the way. Hi, Harbinger of Light. Where did I see you? I'm not sure if you commented. Thanks. Grunge is cool too. Yeah, I was one of those, like, when I was 13, you know, when you go into high school. I was a grunge hippie, I would say, because I would wear bare feet. Like 13 years old, just turned vegetarian in like fairly small town Canada, where people are like, what's vegetarianism? You don't eat meat? And they're like, plus you don't wear shoes? What is wrong with you? And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know how you know these things. That's what I mean about past life and shit. It's like, as a 13-year-old, I just somehow knew. I was like, this barefoot walking is good for me. And then slowly I shut myself down because everyone was ostracizing and judging me. So I put on a whole bunch of weight, stopped wearing bare feet, and started to wear my hair like, you know, like that style, where you like slick it back. And like wear big hoop earrings. Big hoop earrings. Not that, I mean, this is a gorgeous style as well, but it's not, it was like masking a whole bunch of shit. So like getting really fat, putting on hair, and then I had like, oh yeah, that was part of my style that like me and like 2 other girlfriends, like, we're gonna wear this style, that like the, what's it called? The girls my age, girls in the 80s will totally res with this. Spice Girls. So I used to have platform shoes, which, by the way, we would fall over these shoes all the time in our little mini skirts and tube tops, but that was cool. And again, now, okay, I'm like, what? This was when we were probably 15, 16 is when the Spice Girls, like, dominated our weekend shopping. And I look back and think, what the fuck? But then I'm like, oh my geez, this is happening younger and younger. You know, now the 12, and again, that's me in the 90s as a 15-year-old dressing and shopping and wearing that stuff. But now I'm like, now it's younger girls, like, I don't know, 11 and 12. And it's not the Spice Girls, it's Ariana Grande or something like that. So it's like these other idols to worship, to emulate, to look like, blah, 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 blah. God only knows what kind of lyrics they're actually singing about. Anywho, so like I vividly remember this one outfit, and I would like put blue all around my eyes, and I had like this like blue halter top, and I'm just like, holy shit, what? And I hated myself. I hated my body. You know, like it was all this weird paradoxical contrast of adolescence and fear and hatred, but like Spice Girls. You know, I don't, and like literally, I was depressed, bulimic, suicidal, but at the weekend shopping, looking like a Spice Girl, being like, right? It's like, holy shit. So you wonder how many people are actually going through, like how many people in their executive suits are going home just being the same. You know, whether I'm 13, 15, 22, 32, it don't matter. Self-hatred is the truth. And that's why those of us who grew up and transformed that shit from childhood, that's part of why we have that perception of awareness. Because we were in highly dysfunctional emotional situations, i.e. the globe, for the most part. And so we're super, super like aware and like sensitive to people's energy. Some more trauma coming through, you'll be alright. Yes, so feel this, right? So trauma, some more. I know, right? That's how it, and that's how it is now, Matthew. It's true. That's totally how it is. That's just not what it used to be. And hence why I'm like, I can honestly say, do the inner work, do all this conscious transformation, love yourself, talk nice to yourself, be compassionate to yourself. Your body will heal, your relationship with food and people will heal. But increasingly, as a sensitive empath, you have to keep going and keep listening, because because people are like hardwired to like lie and cheat and steal sometimes, and like that's weird, but you can't blame them, because it's like you gotta forgive the totality, and like it's the blind leading the blind, and or it's like the not blind but the corrupted who are leading the blind, being like, yes, come, and then we're going, hey, no, because we're not blind. And so we're looking over at the not blind leaders being like, guys, stop that. Stop stealing and enslaving the innocent people and creatures of this planet. It's not cool. Because it's all like, it's all like twisting of our heart, that's the not cool factor, is that it's not in alignment with our power. It's not in alignment with the light source that we are. It's in alignment with this weird disconnected matrix system that we all like program, okay, be a good girl, wear Spice Girls outfits, you know, and roll over your heels all the time, but as long as, and that was like, and this is what I write in the book. It was like such a dominant programming for me as a young girl growing up. It was kind of like, by the time you reach high school, it's like, just be pretty and skinny and then everything's gonna be fine. Like, as in the weird programming from those magazines. I don't know if you guys remember these, like 17 and Sassy and all this kind of stuff. It's like, that really programs young women to just be like, as long as you're attractive and but then really you get to high school and you realize that all the doctors' kids, you're gonna have to do really good in school as well, so you're gonna have to achieve really well and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, and the thing, I'm not even complaining, I'm just sharing my imprint that I got from high school in Canada. And now I'm like, oh, and by the way, I don't think it's getting no better. I'm pretty sure I talked to teachers and I talked to students. Actually, I talked less to students. I talked a lot more to the parents and stuff like this. But like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm here in the UK, and I would talk about the system here, the education system here, and I would talk about the education system in America, Canada, and probably New Zealand and Australia as well. So I'm talking about the kind of dominant English-speaking countries, because I really can't necessarily talk to other nations in the same way, because it's not my imprinting, but it's similar. there's definitely a similarity between control, manipulation, and domination across the world. And that's really what we're unifying, what we're healing, what we're rising above. Hence why, as we awaken, slowly and increasingly, we look back at systematic imprinting going, what the fuck? And powerfully, energetically, we recognize that it's not serving the mass. It's stifling people. It's cutting people's spirit off, and hence disconnecting them from their emotional field, hence walking around like zombies. And then if you have any feeling going on, i.e. anxiety, depression, it's like, just take pills. Just take pills and pretend that you're not feeling. Shh, just take a pill. It's like, let's just all stay blind to the fact that we're living in a totally imploding systematic grid, right? It's like, anywho, I don't know how I even got to talking about this, because really, like 20 minutes in, I'm rambling about the system and new paradigm energies, because it's all I could talk about. But really, you guys, well, also, you guys are here, because we're having coffee chats with Andre. Exactly, the harbinger of light. I'm like, I'm just rambling on, because I know that you guys are here, and I get all excited about the Spice Girls, and like, and, Blue. Oh yeah, did I finish telling you about my story? So they weren't high heels, my friends. They were, platforms. Platform shoes. Platform shoes are flat, but you're on a platform. You're literally like this high. And so you can imagine the hilarity of like me and my two other friends who were basically wearing the same outfit, but like different colored tops kind of thing. And like, we're pretty thin high school girls, and probably done up to like the like perfect makeup and all that kind of stuff, but in like skinny little legs and like super mini skirt falling off of the high heels, like just, yeah, blue tank top, little beige, I actually so remember this outfit, little beige mini skirt, and then like, oh my god, I'm so, like, I knew back then there was something a little bit fucked up about this, but like, hey ho. And there again, I think one of you, oh, hi Aphrodite, how are you, girlfriend? I don't know Jawbreaker. It's one of those like teeny bopper movies, perhaps. Love the rambles. Thanks, guys. Teenagers these days don't dress for school. When I was there, same. Oh my god, girlfriend, same. Fashion. And it was such a thing. That's why I was aware of like the cliques and group mentality, because I was, again, always aware of like, yeah, larger groups of girls that kind of like talked about each other, or like, I don't know, like there's all those weird fucking social politics or high school politics and stuff that I'm sure we learned from movies. I'm pretty sure we learned how to act in high school from the movies that we were sold growing up, you know? Nice one. Love and Grace. And if I'm honest, like that's how I have like, there's like maybe 2 or 3 timelines for me lining up. And if a child is like to be made manifest for me, I also don't, like my truest heart, I'm like, I just want to be in a position to not have to put them in the system at all. But that's me, that's where I'm at. I want to just travel with my little like gooey love bubble of teeny tiny little new earth family, you know, and like travel around and meet the tribe, and like there's a couple people here as well, and like it might not happen, but I'm like, I have a one good friend, well, Katie, one good friend who like we're late bloomers, so we're gonna be some of the last women of our little pocket of friends and stuff like this to be like an alien and conceive and brew another human inside my womb. But no, love, I don't know. Words are powerful. We teach our son the inner truth. Yeah, like truly by the vibrashe that we are and that we exhibit and that we carry. And so we are pattern breakers. We are sort of cosmic revolutionary light bringers, and it is epic. And at the same time, very, very just like, my mom delivered twins at 57? Wow, that's like a miracle. Like, are you saying that for Rizzles? Like your 57-year-old mom had twins? That's phenomenal. Or delivered, i.e. she helped someone else bring to life 2 children. Anyway, Your mom's a champ. I'm getting the same. We are human aliens. Haha. Well, yeah, but do you feel that, guys? Sometimes I do. I'm like, and this is not like a new thing since like awakening. I'm like throughout my life, either in dream, lucid, or just a waking state, I just be like, what is this? Like, what is this body? What is this like? And then that's like any of us when we start to ponder the cosmos, or you start to ponder like, what is actually happening? And you're just like, all the like weird 3D shit seems really, really bizarre because you're just like, guys, we don't. This is not an issue, really. Like, it's a non-issue, but it's an issue because we're ranking in a fucking issue. And I'm like, we don't have to be doing any of that, but we're choosing. I don't know. Anywho. 30 minutes in, after my little 2-minute short little share here, what would I want to even share about this, you guys? Look, manifesting our dramas. And then I was actually thinking, Harbinger, manifesting our dreams. This is my dream. This is my positive dream where people are like getting more vegan and people are like wanting to be the change. I'm like, most of my life, whenever I would like share this kind of stuff, people would be like, Molly, are you crazy? I'm like, I don't think so, because like this shit makes sense to me. And they're like, okay. But because I'm an empathic, I'll be like, oh God. And I obviously have these like past life persecution wounds because I would literally like and like flee that group of people because I'm like, oh my no, they're gonna come out like they hate me or I'm crazy or I'm da-da. Like I'd have these crazy reactions. Plus drugs and alcohol don't make it easier to like functionally be centered, especially as a empathic spiritual person. So yeah, all that stuff. But finally, with clarity and all the years and years now of meditation and yoga and inner work, I'm finally like, oh, okay, we're good. We're actually totally like fine, wonderful humans. We just got totally lied to, bought into the lie, chased the lie for a little while until we're like, oh, it's like chasing your tail. Because you're everything. So it's like, oh, right, okay, I'll just stop. And then it's sort of like a lot of us, we get to these points where we just stop and are like, okay, it's time to regroup. Like, what do I actually want here? What am I actually doing here? Oh, yeah, let's be love, hot, vibrashe. And not be preachy twats or arrogant twats, but just be a little bit of love, hot, vibrashe. And then, exactly, Aphrodite, right? Right? This is the thing. I'm like, I'm normal. And then in my, like, in some of my little circles, people are like, I actually had a fellow, and this was me sort of on my way out of the well-being industry. But, and this is when in this little small town, I start doing talks, I start public speaking, I start more sharing my crazy YouTube channel. And like, I had a yoga studio owner, one request that Rochelle, cheers, my friend. They're like, oh, would you come along and do a meditation workshop? We have a Sunday free, like we want to host a da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, awesome, cool. Like, yeah, I'll come along and do a meditation workshop. And then I get a message saying, so could you just keep it to meditation and like not talk about all the other stuff? And I was like, right, the other stuff? What, like self-responsibility? Like, your feelings are important? That stuff? Exactly! You can imagine why I slowly exited. And I straight up, this is another piece, this is how we're all congregating. And it's totally aligned. I swear to God, my YouTube gets a bit of a boost the month that I cut out the duality and the duplicitousness of the well-being industry, because my experience of a lot of the inner workings and or like the underbelly behind the scenes of the social media and the business, like, this is our business, or da-da-da-da. And like, people do crazy shit. Like, people do fucking crazy shit, and as an empath, you're like, what? Like, so you're totally cool with doing that and talking that kind of venom and then posting a picture about love and light on Instagram. I'm like, so I was able to witness my own duality right in front of me and be like, this ain't it. Us, and I do it too, so I don't know even what I'm saying, but I'm like, us posting and claiming that the yoga is gonna help us. I'm like, no, we need to shapeshift the whole fucking system, people. You know, no, we can't just keep throwing money and throwing spirituality and throwing stuff at the system hoping it's gonna make it better. It's done. We need to just completely step into this new energy, which we're here. We're doing it, by the way. Exactly, right? And I think this is like the hard, the kind of weird stuff to swallow, is like, it's not about that old stuff at all. It's not about the money. It's not about that. And I think more and more and more people chasing that, people playing that game, it'll be sniffed out. Hi, Rochelle. I know. I don't miss it either. Except here's the thing as well that I'm getting. It's like, okay, support for one another. That's pretty huge. I'm just hearing sniffing out the bullshit. You know, sniffing out the bullshit, not tolerating it. You know, not tolerating whatever. Yeah, I know. And whoa, Rochelle, that comment's making me feel something. So, but this is where we're having these gaps in, I'm hearing just like gaps in timelines, because enough people are waking up to like sort of disempower the stronghold that it once had over us. Hi, Lori. And because we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger energetically, I feel like there's these gaps. We're rewiring program. Like there's like these gaps now in the motherboard. Hence, that must be to do with our brain and how we're rewiring our neural pathways, right? Because it's the rewiring of the neural pathways, which you can imagine is what's shapeshifting our magnetic and electrical systems, and then that's what's allowing us to have these more visceral awakened experiences, but then that's also what's helping us channel and vision these new worlds, these new energies, right? Thank you, Charlene. Fantastic. Well, that was a pretty hefty, like there were some juicy nuggets in there, so I appreciate you guys big time. It was a selfish desire to go share or to do this, because I just wanted to be like, guys, I'm about to crack on with the work this morning, which means more editing and uploading, and then you guys basically say stuff and do stuff, which makes me be like, yes, keep going, get it done, and then I'll be done tomorrow, and then I can party like it's 1999. I embarrass myself sometimes, you guys. There's nothing you can do when you're live, is there? Like, there's absolutely nothing you can do, because I'm just live. So, like, anything that happens, you guys just get to see it, and then you have to deal with the consequences, i.e. getting flushed and red because you're hella embarrassed about being a big dork. Oh, don't quit your day job. I haven't had a day job for a really long time. At all. Hey, Race, how are you? Oh my gosh, I'm really excited. I hope that we do all get to meet up one time. I'm hoping for just some really like fun, like beach meetup or something like that. Or we could do something like meet up at a different, like maybe there's like some festival. Actually, there's a festival in England this summer called Wonderfields. If any of you guys want to come, it's pretty like cute little hippie festival, so it's not like also crazy amounts of people, and it's also not crazy amounts of dosh. So if any of you guys want to come to the UK and come to Wonderfields this summer, July 12th to 15th, that would be a really fun opportunity to party. Otherwise, I'm sure something will align. I've just got a booking for that retreat in the French Alps. I also feel, I know there's a lot of you over in America, so I'm aware that doing these cross the water flights, you know, like it's easier for me and my little yoga community here to fly over to the French Alps than it is for you guys. Dorkalicious, nice word. That's a good one. So I totally get that. Like, I'm not, it's, but I'm just putting it out there. June 19th to 23rd, 5 days, unplug for freedom, yoga every day, vegan food. I don't think Katie can make it, so, but we will talk about sustainability, and there's an opportunity for extras, which include paragliding. I'm going to go for sure. A day on the lake, which would be like water skiing and like fun water sport. And then we're going to have like downtime, chill out time by the pool as well. There's a sauna. And then we're going to go like hiking and... Oh yeah, and there is an option for massages, but we're gonna have to kind of get on that. So do kind of get into feedback, message me if you're serious, if you're interested in coming to France with me and to try paragliding and veganism basically. Ooh-hoo! Woo-woo! This is me doing the Harbinger dance because you're going veggie. Well done, my friend. Oh hey, message me. Let me know if you want to try the course. It's 144 pounds, or which actually a number of you have opted for is the 22 pound per week. So that gives you a chance to like, plus because it's you guys, I'm like, if you go for like, say you get 2 weeks and you do the 22 pounds, that's 44 pounds. So then if after 2 weeks you wanted to buy the rest of the course, you can buy it for 100 pounds. Whereas if you're just like, oh, I'll just taste her out, you just buy 1 week for 22 pounds and I send you the information for week 1, unless you specify a different week kind of thing, right? All right, you guys. All right, I'm definitely out of here. I've got work. I've got work to do. I really want to go vegan. Go vegan! Try the course, my friend! I would love for you to share, and I would love to share it with you. I'm trying to think. Every week I give you some little like vegan, some easy at home vegan recipes. I don't know, there's a whole bunch in there. Check it out on altalove.com if you want to, Harbinger of Light. I would love to support you on your vegan journey. The mind. Anywho, I love you guys. I love you, and be well. And I'm just gonna crack on with the work today, and I'm so looking forward to sharing it with you. And you know what? I gotta say, even more, I'm just really hella excited to be done and have like get back into my community yoga because I miss everybody. And then 2, I'm like, just have some downtime, but I'll still be here, you guys. I might take a day off or something, but I love you too. GG for truth. You guys are so special. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we all found each other. Race, Matthew, Charlene, Rochelle, Aphrodite, James. Oh, I love you guys. Gigi, Lori as well. Lori was here, wasn't she? So everyone else who's here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, you guys. And I'm looking forward to, I'll update you tomorrow, probably once I've done the work and sent everything off, and then I can just kind of like, yay, celebrate. Boom, boom, happy day. I have to stop talking, so I'm gonna go, you guys. I love you. I hope that was useful to you. Have a glorious day, and yeah, I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye, guys. Huggles and snuggles, and I'm gonna make up huggles and snuggles. Rochelle, give me some more rhyme.